Welcome, welcome, everybody on YouTube and TikTok. How are you guys doing? So, first, we are going to take care of our manners and behavior. Then, we are going to create a point of peace, and around that point of peace, we make sure that we relax first. So, to get in a relaxed state of mind, to contemplate. So, you can do breathing techniques to relax, to lower the heart rate. Because if we are going to translate information for the mind, then you should free your mind first so you can receive at the best. So in communication, it actually should be normal that we apply these standards in order to have a successful communication with each other, that we are at peace first, at peace at mind, we have a free mind, and then we can open our mind for only the good stuff. So, also, I ask you to think from within the heart. So, make sure that you have something to drink, maybe some water, at least, preferably choose something healthy to drink. So, water is fine, but if you drink coffee, I have coffee and water. Tea is also good, whatever you like. So, when our mind is at peace and our mind is free, and we focus on to listen to understand instead of to listen to reply, and that is where the communication is more aligned with contemplation, when you listen to understand. So I can feel understood. So distractions are also not so much a good idea when you want to listen uh, to the topics that we are going to discuss. So you need to be at ease. You need to be in a comfortable uh, surroundings where you can, for example, study. So sometimes there is a topic, and that topic is inspiring you, and your brains are telling you, hey, this is interesting, and I want to look it up on the internet to learn more about it. Yes, so everybody can use their laptop, their computer, or iPad, or whatever, for educational purposes. So we are listening to understand. We are Zen. That is sometimes a word used, that you are Zen at the moment to receive information. So then we can contemplate, and there will be no misunderstanding, because if you want to discuss things behind the veil, nowadays people are not even able to look what's in front of the veil. So certain things behind the veil are, when it's the first time you listen to it, it's, yeah, mind blowing, or you cannot comprehend, because sometimes you need to take a little bit more steps into the right direction to gain experiences about, um, how this world, how the human beings are spiritual beings, and how we can connect with the universe. So that's also a little bit a thing for people to understand, that there is a need for the human species to connect with the universe, as is there a need of the universal species to connect with humanity. So we could achieve even greater goals together. But then you were talking about, and this topic that is already years and years topic in Japan, they are, maybe it was 10 years ago, developing cosmic television. So they are developing technology with the name cosmic television. So I know I'm leaking top secrets, and I do not believe that you heard that already. But yes, so the Japanese are developing cosmic television. Well, what is cosmic television? That means that there will be televisions in the future that can communicate from planet to planet. So you will be watching a screen, as they showed in a video, that you could do this TikTok, but then on the other side, yes, extraterrestrials are observing you, and you are observing extraterrestrials. That's what they are talking about with cosmic television. So that's a little top secret that I'm leaking, which a lot of thinking to go to cosmic television is behind the veil. So this is not mainstream science, but science is developing in Japan cosmic television. So actually, I can't wait to, have a TikTok video chat with ET. Maybe that movie ET was no science fiction, but science fact. So I need to drink a little bit of my homemade energy brew. Nice and warm. So this is really challenging to do this on TikTok and YouTube. Not the fact that it's on TikTok on YouTube, but if you are not aware about your own spirituality, I will ask you to leave, because first you need to have some experience with spirituality or religion, or have an open path back to source, back to nature, even understanding that there is a veil. So I will lift the veil a little bit. So in front of the veil, you have the sound Om, Who of you guys heard of the sound concept Om? Leave that in the comments, please, if you know about the sound concept Om. And in, if people following Buddhism, they have a greater chance of hearing somebody, a monk, going like, Om. Something like that. So that's the physical collective origin of sounds in front of the veil. Behind the veil, it's the sound concept Su. And if you are a practitioner or know about Udaiware or Tsukumae Kari or Japanese, then you have a great chance about the sound Su. So there is also a character in Japanese which is called Su. So you write Su down as a Japanese character, which is meaning in easy, because in Japanese you have 5 different spiritual meanings added to one character. Then it also is important to understand that what's in front of that character or after that character is very important to the meaning of that character. So, solely to be most accurate in what I mean, that is a divine uh, meaning, is creator. So, when you write down that symbol, you can see that it's the creator on top of creation, and then you have the divine world, the spiritual astral world, and then beneath you have the human physical material world. And then you have a line in which the creator can cross all these 3 dimensions. But the sound concept too is the origin of Om. So all that what was created is actually the source of Om. So this goes like, and this is very important to get aware when we are listening to understand that what can we hear? So what is the physical domain of human hearing? And then I believe that our hearing is as low. So when we go to the bass notes, the bass tones, the low notes, I believe it's 20 hertz or something. And then on the high notes, you can hear like, I have no clue, I need to look that up. Or it was even between 8 and 20 hertz. But that gives us awareness when we learn to understand that a dog can hear even higher frequencies, and a whale can even hear much lower frequencies. So we understand that of all that we could listen to, our hearing can only pick up these frequencies, so this range. So a lot can be said and done without us hearing it. And that's the same with seeing. With a third eye open, we see a lot more. Then the world looks like you could see it in the movie Lucy. So it's a good comparison uh, if your brain is fully functional, what you can see. And in the movie Lucy, they show you actually how that would look like. So again, it's not so much science fiction, but science fact. But becoming aware about what we can see and observe from the universe, from other human beings, from our life, from our direct surroundings is limited. So when you do the spiritual practice, you learn to listen in a different way. So I have the experience of hearing things that come from the spiritual world, even scent. So I could smell a certain scent, which was actually from carried by a spirit from the spiritual world. And that's also sometimes with some mind experiences, spiritual experiences, outer body experiences, which are actually quite normal to the human being. But if we do not practice and if we do not allow ourselves to experience it and explore, well, then we have, let me see, oh, let me see a little bit. If somebody can make sense with a, you've got a flash goal, I don't know. Only flash goals, guys, on TikTok. So yeah, the average attention span is a little higher than 1 minute. So that's also a problem. What's flash goal? Go away. So never let apps setting your goals set your goals on your own. That would be more wiser. So if we understood that, yeah, certain people can live the veil, and that is actually where a complete new dimension opened, in which humanity is limited to see, because you need to be of a divine level to grow into helping the divine world. So behind the veil is the divine world. And to concretize and use tools like to be as above, so below, there were tools produced and they were in the temple. And I believe it was the Sinai temple. And if you go in the temple, you have that white field. And behind that field, there were certain tools that I use. And in ancient days, uh, many wars were fought because the people wanted to see those tools. So, anyways, growing in awareness, starting to practice your spirituality, going back to nature, going back to origin is the path where you can explore what's in front of the veil, but also that's the path where you might do the experience of receiving miracles. At least when you do your practice, you will be able to experience miracles. Yes, and if you are aware of it, you can start to see them. So sometimes I'm sending miracles to people, but they don't see them. And others who saw them or experienced them, well, the only thing I did was harvesting gratitude. And then I decided to all the gratitude that I harvest, I give it to you, Creator, as a thank you for creating me. So, because I know that if you are serving the divine, and it's perfectly to give to the divine, yes, and people are normally only asking in their prayer, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And that's also how societies are run these days. Only taking greed, power, taking, greed, power, but never giving back to nature. No fishing, but no giving back to the fishes. Yes, harvesting the trees, no giving back. Eating all the animals, no giving back. So, yeah, the difficult thing is that watching a soap series is probably of a bigger attraction level, or how should I say that? Well, now I solved that problem. So, and yeah, where are the people that um, spreading the good vibes? Where can we connect? I know there are different channels already, um, and a lot of them are actually hidden because they, uh, if you are aware, you are not really interested in using apps or social media, but you I wished I could meet you on the street, but there is nobody there. The streets are empty. Everybody is inside their house. So I felt forced to go on social media. Well, actually, it's beautiful outside to see the sunset. It's a little bit cold today. So, but when it's summertime, oh my God, how am I going to do it then? So I hope a lot of people going back to nature and experience the beauty of nature and the communication with nature. So you can communicate with the flies, the bees, the plants, the trees. You can communicate with them and you can become one with them. So, also, when you lost your way, they can help you out. I had that with the jackdaw birds, and I was biking home in the middle of the night, but I was in a few towns And I took the alternative route. I thought maybe that was more direct because I tried to avoid the wind at the river. And then I took the wrong road. So I didn't recognize where I was biking, and I knew it was a beautiful full moon, and the jackdaws were flying there. And I asked the jackdaws, which way do I need to go? And then the jackdaws were flying in a certain direction. And then I said, okay, I'm going into that direction. And then, because the street on which I was biking was not going in that direction. So first I was going straight, and then the first uh, the first road or crossroads, I turned in the direction where the birds were flying. And then I came on the roads that I recognize because I saw the river and I know if I go downstream or upstream, I know where to go. So that road that they were flying to was leading me to the river. So, yeah, that's how you can communicate with animals. But if it didn't work and I was biking completely in the wrong direction, uh, it's possible because then they are kidding, they are joking you. And they do that if you are not nice to them. But I'm really nice to them. So if you are in harmony with nature, you can communicate. And if you let, and this is what my ex girlfriend experienced walking towards the door. And at that moment, there were hundreds of bees, bumblebees sitting on the flowers on the left and the right side. And then the whole path length. And then I came there and I say, wait, don't be afraid. They will not sting. I will let them know that we are coming and that they can fly a little bit higher and a little bit on the side. And then we will pass through. And when we pass through, they can go sit back. Hey, do you know what amazing thing I experienced? I walked and my first foot sat on the path, on the right and the left side, simultaneously, the bees and bumblebees and wasps and whatnot were flying higher, and they go to the side. And then each step I set, each step I took, they go up and to the side. And then I was at the door and I looked behind me. When I was walking, I also looked behind me and they go back on the flowers. So it was like open and closing. And yeah, my ex girlfriend was looking like this. "Hmm? I see me now. What's happening now?" She was thinking. And then she also came. And I say, cool, eh? And yeah, she was amazed. But you can lose contact really easy if your mind is always distracted on a low frequency. That's why the frequency of your brain and your thinking needs to rise so you get out of your reptilian brain. So that's why you need to free yourself from fear. Yes, you need to free yourself from fear. And you need to, when you free your mind, you need to be careful to what you open your mind. So make good choices to open your mind only for good stuff. So my ex took away the television, and I'm very happy about that because I wasn't watching it anymore, anyways, because I choose to watch what I like, or not what I like, but what's good. So a lot of study things, a lot of history, and then you know that history is a little bit not true, and spirituality, exploring the world a little bit. So yeah, behind the veil. So behind the veil, what is behind the veil? Yeah, there is an understanding that magic is not truly magic, it's just illusion. And then they call themselves illusionists. Well, but you can make everything look like magic, but behind the veil, it's the truth. One of the things behind the veil is truth. And because the people are limited in their frequency to understand and receive the truth really well, and also because, the truth is relevant. So, if you learn the truth within your religion, then your truth is limited by that religion because you have to choose to follow that religion. They claim that following a religion is making you that religion is not true. You are only a follower of that religion. So you follow the path of Christ. Calling yourself a Christian is a claim that you actually cannot do. You are a follower of the teachings of Christ, or the teachings of Buddha, or the teachings of Islam, or the teachings of the Messiah Yoshikazu Okara, Sukinoshi-sama. And that is what I say, people, please follow the Messiah, the new Messiah of the 21st century. And then they also say that there is a person that calls themselves the new Mahdi, but that's a false prophet. So I don't trust in that at all. So yeah, it's really difficult to find people to share awareness to, and to ask for contribution to build paradise on this planet, start their own projects, in which even more awareness could be spread. So on YouTube, I'm going to drop a banner which is explaining: one is I, two is you, three is he, four is she, five is we. And then you have counted one hand and formed a group. it's grammar. And then, in addition to that, what came from, let's say, behind the veil is that you and I together is not we like number five, but it's we like the we console. Like, let me, it's WII. Yes, that's how you write it. That is you and I together. So we say we, and if we are with a group, we say we. So that's an addition to understanding grammar and going into evolution. So, because truth is relevant and people are filtering uh, their knowing through what they know from their religion, and if it's not matching, they claim it's not the truth. And that's a problem. These people are not able to look further than their nose is long. So you need to overcome your own conviction of life and religion. And I know people from all religions that are able to do so, but not all of them. There are just a few. So maybe a few million around the globe. So I would like to invite, for example, Kami Kumite, because they have understood three words in Japanese: kancha, gratitude; geza, to be humble; and suno, according the bigger will, or tuned in with the creator and his will. So, as Sue wants it, you are here and listening. If Sue does not want that, then it makes the one that I'm searching hard to find. Which is the case. But it's always good that before I die, I did this effort so there is a record of trains of thoughts. And let me grab my water. I'm back. For the Cadillac. Behind the wheel. In Susa is one of the main pillars of fire of that kingdom come. The Shidebu in Luxembourg is another pillar of thy kingdom come. So the fundaments of the coming kingdom in these end times is already built years and years ago. Decades is maybe a little bit too much, but years ago. when the roof is coming, oh, I'm not going further into that, but the time is now, the time is here. So, humanity needs to tune in with the divine vibes. Humanity needs to process their selfishness, to process their behavior according to the bigger will, the will of the Creator. So things will happen according His will. And according His will, I will or will not meet you in real life or on social media. So, or I will meet you in the backyard or StreamYard so you can grow. But if there is no drama, if you ask people to relax, yeah. So what I'm facing now is that relaxation is probably a problem, or everything I say is completely blocked by YouTube and TikTok at the moment because we have a 0-0 situation. So I hope it still reached the right people, but I sense some disturbance by the matrix. So let's shine a light on the matrix, a light on the dark side of the matrix. So we are going to take a moment to process these thoughts and see if we can return to nature, if we can return to origin, and if we can align with the divine vibrations. And there is a new pope, Robert Prevost, who wants to be named Leo the 14th, and he did a lot of work in Peru, and he is from the USA. So, isn't that giving a lot of information when we look, for example, to Trump? So maybe the Pope from the USA uh, can teach Trump some behavior. I don't know. Um, is it a good thing? I wonder because I think that in the Roman Catholic Church, they had selected 9 other candidates suitable, and he was not on it. So I think there was a little bit of a disturbance how this Pope is brought. So it could be a CIA plant, I do not know, but saying that it might be. So I'm looking forward how the American Pope is going, maybe to help the dollar out. I don't know, but we will see. We will see. So is this a good thing? Uh, how will Russia look to this news? What would Putin respond to the fact that uh, the Pope is from the USA? It's the first Pope from the USA. So, anyways, that Pope is ranked lower than me. So, that said, I hope he can learn a thing or two from me, and hopefully he can do a lot of good stuff in the world and maybe empty the Vatican treasure on poor people. Yes, because why not? And then, if you know how that is constructed with the Knights of Malta, and Gregory Hallett was spoiling a lot of it, who is actually the rightful heir of the throne of Britain, and he is also known. And the CIA actually gave him up to 5 times. They tried to convince him to take the sword, to take the seal of the monarchy. And he is known as King George the. I do not know how many, but you can look it up. King George Gregory Hallett, and he has a website with different type of video vlogs, giving information how thing went and everything. A lot of it is also done in court, so he has proof. He can uh, put evidence on the table, and actually, that is also everything he puts on the side. So there is no hiding of the facts or anything. So actually, he put everything uh, that he published. So yeah, he is recognized as actually the rightful king of England, the rightful king of Britain, which means the rightful king of Australia and I believe Canada, USA. I believe that was, all these countries that have the British, probably New Zealand. But anyways, deriving a little bit from what's behind the veil. So, my God, not now, not this time. It's terrible, people. It's terrible. Always, always. And now this is getting crazy, and it's nowhere to be seen. Almost impossible, man. What the hell? My lord, my lord, where will you go? Maybe tomorrow I find my way home. Relaxation, relaxation. Let me see. Oh no, we get these questions again. The questions of the software. Do you want this? Do you want that? Yeah. Why else do I choose to turn it on, mister? Oh, it only goes worse. That over there, that over there. Mhm, mhm. So we have a water, and let's tune in with the silence given and the silence accepted. We will have a moment of silence to contemplate. And some breathing. So relax a little bit, and we will see when another flow from behind the wheel will come. Well, this is this really happening? Oh my God. It is. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this. Hopefully. Relax a little bit. So use this moment to relax. Free your mind. Free yourself from fear in order to open your mind and receive messages clearly. Listen to understand and think from within your heart. And where do I hear that bell ring? Was that a spiritual bell ringing or did you hear it also? I think it was in the video clip. But sometimes you hear the spiritual bell ring, and that's where you need to tune in, find vibrations. Thank you for the likes. I'm grateful. Relax. So we do breathing techniques slowly in through your nose, slowly out through your mouth. So we do this relaxation so we can contemplate this information much better. And you can find royalty free music like this on YouTube. And then you can pick the sounds that you like. And I like actually what is the Buddhistic flute and instruments. But you could choose one from Tajikistan or Morocco or whatever. But I think this is quite nice because sometimes distraction music is needed to free your mind from the news. So choose to resonate with the divine vibes, the divine frequencies. And that is what we need to do at peace. So let us also please take a moment now to channel our thoughts together. And we are going to open human consciousness by going in this contemplation on that plane of meditation. We are sending love, light, and healing to humanity. And then we are going to send it more specifically to the people of Israel, of Gaza, of Syria, of Russia, of the Ukraine, and also North Korea and the rest of the world. But you could channel your love, light, and healing, sending it to the places where there is war. So hopefully the ceasefire will lead to peace in the Ukraine. This is what we can collectively do, contemplate this, and we turn these seeds in the collective consciousness of humanity. That's what we need to do. But this will not work with the attention span of 1 minute. So there are not a lot of practitioners actually to go there. So yeah, there is a lot more behind the veil, but from the veil it's not really understood. And the path you follow misleading, and you are easily get distracted by things that are not even of your own matter, actually things that are of utterly nonsense are distracting. Well, this is done also. So relax. So try to enter the realm of love, light, and healing. Try to match the energy of love, light, and healing to be able to plant the seed of love, light, and healing into the collective consciousness of humanity. And whatever religion you have, in your own religion, you can pray, for example, for what comes to your heart. Like if you say, um, for the children in Gaza, or in Israel and Gaza, or in Syria, or in Ukraine, yes, then you can do that. It's up to you. But you need to go on that meditative state, on a meditative plane to contemplate and to send. Yes. So you need to relax first. You need to think from within your heart. But these stages are costing time. And if you have scrolling behavior for 1 minute, you will not go there. Or if you are distracted by your desires, you will not go there. So relax. So we are almost beyond the 1 hour mark at 1 hour and 9 minutes. And then we are going to enter extra time. And I just want to relax with you guys. And I want you to come in a comfortable, safe, beautiful energy that you can feel enlightened, that you can feel at ease. And just relax. Let everything go. Free your mind. Free yourself from fear. Don't be afraid. Free yourself from fear. Go into a meditative state to contemplate and grow into that collective human consciousness. So, because there is a collective human consciousness, when you align with that, you can learn from that collective human consciousness. And that way you can learn really quick. Only aligned and according, because in the opposite way you will quickly forget. And that's why there is repetition. But we don't forget to complain. We don't forget to use bad words, but we forget all the good stuff because being negative is easy. No, it's always somebody else's fault. And those who think so will suffer. It's true. So I have freed myself from pointing the guilty finger. And then I learned that if I don't point the guilty finger, I do not need to give forgiveness because they are not guilty anymore. So when they come to ask for forgiveness, then I say, no, I don't do that. And you need to learn to forgive yourself. Goodbye. Have a nice day. So if people want to be intentionally wrong, well, what would that be? What would that create? What would that create? So we are going to, in half a minute, we are going into this music, into a relaxed stage, and just letting our mind flow, letting thoughts go, let it all go and relax. And I'm only going to be here for relaxation. So the seminar is finished and only relaxation. No need to know what's behind the field. You need to know that you need to relax. Because if you not relax, you see, you will not hear because your thoughts are easily distracted by the drama or what triggers your emotion. But we need to practice relaxation much, much more. So just relax, breathe slowly in through your nose. Oh my God, I'm giving the wrong direction. No. Breathe in slowly through your nose. That was too quick. And slowly out. And when you want to change the slowly out part, you start and you are going to time the sound that you make. So you breathe in slowly. Here we go, almost. You breathe in now slowly through the nose. Slowly and as deep as you can until you reach your underbelly. And then you breathe out. So that was slowly out with the sound, and you breathe slowly in again. And also doing that is creating vibrations in your cavities that are going to be filled with some type of oxygen. And if you breathe in like that, you get all that stuff into your bloodstream. So making sound has a purpose. Well, now I myself, I feel so high in energy that if you feel bad, and you use this with those vibrations will give you good vibrations in your head because the sound is vibrating. You put your teeth together, and you feel the sound vibrating through your skull. Relax. And now, when you do the breathing slowly through your nose in and you do the sound when you blow out, you put your teeth together, your jaws together, and you do. Or if you prefer, you can make the Om. It's totally fine. Lay down or sit comfortably and close your eyes while you do that. So, why closing the eyes? If you are aware about your six senses, then your focus becomes stronger on what you practice. When you close your eyes, you are not getting distracted by what you can see. So if you close your eyes, get distracted from it. That's silent. So now we use the music to cover the ears. But you also could say, I'm going to plug earplugs to listen to nothing. Or, you can wear these headphone type of thing that are noise tight. But the music is helpful. I think this type of music is helpful because it gives you more input to go into that relaxation state. So the music is relaxed, it's helping to your relaxation. And let's be honest, the world is stressed out and we need to de stress. So I'm going to be silent now. You can close your eyes, breathe in slowly through your nose. And while you blow out, you make or the om sound or just close your jaws together and relax, de-stress. Take this moment for yourself to re-energize. Relax. De-stress. This moment of contact might be your calling to calm down, to relax. Relax. De-stress. Take a moment for yourself. Calm down. Relax. De-stress. Take a moment for yourself to calm down. Breathe slowly in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. And when you can make a sound. If you prefer to make the om sound, you can go like this. Om. Relax. Important for you to relax, to get in a comfortable state of mind. When you are relaxed, try to find inner path towards the child inside, the inner voice So you can start to learn to process your traumas and start to learn that the child inside needs to grow up. If it is possible to make a little switch on here, I don't think so that's possible. No. So relax and teach yourself to have a longer attention span than scrolling behavior. And therefore, I'm going to do more guided meditations and also for a longer time. So sometimes I will go through with you into a meditation in which you can reach itself and process it. Sometimes first the thoughts of the day to free yourself from those thoughts, free yourself from fear, to let there be positive input when you have opened up your mind. So relax first. And it is important for every that are getting burnouts because we do not relax. So you need to save a certain time a day to relax. So you go to bed with an empty head. And this is my advice for people that are telling me, I cannot sleep because you are not relaxed. So first relax, then you can see different types of tea or some milk with honey can help to have your rest at night. Also, the valerian can help you. I do not know what a valerian is in English. So translating, let me see. Oh, valerian. I know better than I talk. Yeah, the plant. And also the passiflora complex of Dr. Wu. So you can do some if you are not easy to relax. Help. with some tea or with organic, natural, biodynamic uh, nootropics or uh, herbs or whatever, so you can relax better. Yes. So continue to the amazing flu session brought to you by, because I am allowed to use it. So we are going to do a shout out. 1 hour relaxing flute music, royalty free Buddha's flute. So probably there are a bunch of monks creating this music, but there is no other information added. So shout out to the people that created this Buddha flute music. I love it. Then open your eyes and relax. Would it have been that you could just close your eyes and relax? Oh God, I got so much energy, and now I think I'm getting a little bit in the HD, AD. Yeah, with all the breathing, oh my God, I got a lot of energy, positive energy. And that makes you feel happy, yes? And then, oh my Lord, all that positive energy. My Lord, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And what they do, well, relaxed, it's breathing, and actually the breathing, when making the sound, you breathe in, which something of your uh, nose hair when you do but when you breathe it in, but also the extra oxygen which is running through your veins. You need to breathe in through your nose slowly until your breath is going to your underbelly. It's very important. So in the beginning, you are maybe above your midsection of your, what is letting the lungs going down and up. Let me see. In Dutch, it's called middenrif. Diaphragm. So you need to bring the diaphragm underneath your belly button. So you breathe in deeply until the underbelly, slowly through your nose. So that's where you bring your breath. And when you breathe out, make the sound, which is creating a frequency in your cavities, which is splitting or doing something with oxygen. I believe it creates NO3, but you can look it up. Science is there to help you with the formula of the atoms. Doing that, for example, in the morning, so I think I'm going to do morning section and evening section, guided meditation. And then to the ones that can ask questions, I can go further in detail of what's behind the field and front of the field are contributing to our civilization. We will see. I am here, you are here, are here. So that's a good thing. Relax. It's your moment to relax, stress, and try to breathing techniques and get enough breathe slowly in. While you breathe out, you can make a sound. Sound or no matter both is okay. You get your cavities functioning, creating a substance in your nose that after the sound, you breathe in through your mouth deeply, deeply, close your eyes, and then you will regain energy. You will not feel bored. You will experience, the more you practice, feel like you can do the whole world. It's also your endorphin. So the relaxation is helping you to feel happy. You understand how that works? So Wim Hofman was a Dutch guy, also known as the Iceman. He is doing that fast, rapid breathing. I did that too. But then you get into a trip because with the rapid breathing, you pump so much oxygen into your blood, which is reaching your brain, and then your brain gets transformed into being natural being. So my little brother told me that, so I tried it, and but then you enter a trip. You get naturally high by breathing, doing that Wim Hofman, the Iceman method. So, do I recommend that? We should slowly make some and you. So also, I do not recommend take an ice bath because if you have some, you know, but if it's your path and you want to do it, I did it as a child. There was a swimming pool with ice baths. So go from the bubble bath into, which is really warm, into the normal wild water circuit and stuff, normal pool, and there is also the ice bath and into the ice bath. And I train it also so you will feel pain. If you have repeatedly, you will no longer experience that cold pain anymore. But you can do it with warm water as well. And balance is actually the best thing. Balance, to have your balance. So find your balance. And when you are relaxed, you are easier to find your balance also in thoughts with behavior. So a lot of the borderline behavior being we think other people experiencing it as such. Might take a while before you are ready to take the right step in life so the divine world can open up to you from the divine world. Why do it like we do it? Yeah, sure. Relax, de-stress. It's your time for you to go into journey. There was someone waiting for you. There was someone waiting for the question to come, waiting and watching with questioning eyes. If you understood, you can see. What will you choose if I provided you in the left hand the blue pill, the right hand the red pill? So the only thing that I wanted to experience life and experience the life then I did not want it to listen to the life. Then I only wanted to know one thing, and that is the truth. That's the only thing that I wanted to know, the truth. So at that moment, I felt to myself, only truth, because the only way to understand and to receive the truth is to speak. Understanding that and choice with speak the truth to be silent, but never lie. That's a good to be to make. If you learn how to lie, then the path of truth will end, will not proceed. And the truth will not enter the kingdom whatsoever. You will not reach heaven whatsoever. Maintaining inside I'm here to let you know that you are safe, to let you know that you are a spiritual being like every human being. To let you know you are a beautiful soul and already good. I let you know that you deserve better and that you can grow and that you can let your spirit, but in awareness of spiritual growth, we also know what can dim your spirit. For example, even certain medication can take away your voice. So, in this safe place, getting into a relaxed state of mind, getting that good feeling, it's time to express gratitude. Gratitude for your physical body, gratitude being able to breathe, gratitude feel positive energy, gratitude to re-energize, gratitude for the divine light, the divine energy, the divine purifying energy of your spiritual body that gets purified by divine light. And purifying your spiritual body, which is the mold of your physical body is helping to heal your physical body faster, regenerating your physical faster by practicing the art of the divine life to receive pure guidance by letting the divine light purifying your spiritual body. And then your physical body, which fits perfectly then into the spiritual mold, is going to cleanse itself. And that's how we call it also sometimes a cleansing. So when it cleanses yourself, kami kumites and other people that, for example, go to a shaman to have a cleanse, they know they might vomit, might urinate, might get diarrhea, which are actually purification, uh, suppose, and I need to find better words to translate it, but it's the purification of your body. So the origin meaning of bacteria and viruses that give fever is actually against your physical body. So it's very good to have viral bacterial life balance. That's also something you can get in balance when sound. So somebody with sound bowls is going to ring different bowls around your body. And these frequencies are actually keeping good bacteria and a good viral life energized and in good health. And the bad ones, they bring to so yeah, sound bowl healing to bring back bacterial and viral life and balance is an experience. So people need to consume much more food for the mind, food for the spirit. But our desires are from the flesh, and that's distracting. So don't get distracted by people that are bombarding your brains with information, pretending that it's important or it should be the truth or it should be something spiritual because some people are possessed by an entity that's fooling them, but they might not be aware that they get fooled. So now it's a moment to think for your attention.